What's up, everyone? Welcome to this day in Philly sports history for January 28th, 2023. We're one day away now from game day. The excitement is just almost uncontrollable. I'm just trying to get through the day, but we do have a big show today, so let's get started. Big game for the Owls today. They take on the UCF Knights, who two teams that are going in opposite directions. UCF has lost 3 in a row. Temple's won 3 in a row. Hopefully they can come out with the win. They got a big game next week against the rematch against Houston at home this time, so very excited to see that. May look into getting tickets for that. I'm not sure. But the other big story yesterday was the whole outrage over Joel Embiid not being named a starter for the Eastern Conference for the All-Star game. And I mean, two thoughts on this. One, end of the day, who cares? Like, I don't want him to get hurt or risk getting hurt. But at the same time, like, come on. Like, how is he not the best player in the Eastern Conference this year? Like, I don't see how. Look at the numbers. Look at whatever you want. Just watch a game. And he can't be one of the top 5 starters. Like, it's a joke. It's an absolute joke. And the hate that this man receives for just being so dominant is absolutely insane. There's, like, no need for it. I mean, get on him for crying for a foul or this or that, but don't take away from the fact that the man is the most dominant player right now in the game. And yes, I fully believe that. There's not one player in the NBA who is more dominant than Joel Embiid. But whatever. At least, I mean, I hope he just says screw it and opts out, to be honest. But big game today for them at 3 this afternoon, little early afternoon NBA action. They are taking on the Denver Nuggets, who currently hold the 1 seed in the West. But then it's also the battle between Jokic, who's the 2-time defending MVP, and Embiid, who at least last year should have been the MVP. So anxious to see that. And hopefully the Sixers will stay focused on the Nuggets as a team and not get caught up in some of this drama, but maybe they'll use it as motivation too, because I do know this crowd is going to be, they're going to be rocking and like electric, and I can hear the boos already when Jokic has the ball, and I can just hear the MVP chants when Joe has it. It's going to be a good atmosphere down there today. Really, really, really big Eagles news today, or yesterday, I should say. But Avonte Maddox not only practiced, he is playing tomorrow, which is huge. We've been talking all week just about the flexibility now that the Eagles have in their secondary, being able to move Gardner Johnson back to safety. Like, I don't think it's very under the radar because of how well the backups have played and how well these guys have been able to shift into different positions when needed. But having your full complement of secondary help against a team with all the weapons that the 49ers have, it's huge. Like, their defense is 100% healthy at this point. I mean, that cannot be understated enough. So that I was hoping all week for that. The only one that showed up on the injury report was Lane, but we knew that, and there's no way you're keeping him out of this game. So for the most part, they have all 22 starters are playing. So we've seen what they do when everybody is healthy and playing. So it should be fun tomorrow. And I'm slowly starting to, I've been kind of following trends and this and that. I think I know where I'm heading with my pick tomorrow for this game, but stay tuned tomorrow for that. Real quick, too, the 49ers did what every team's fans have been doing the past few years, and they went and they put a 49ers shirt onto the Rocky statue. And, like, stop. Like, at the end of the day, Philly fans, be better. Who cares? Give them their little photo op, whatever. Like, it's not going to change anything. But on the other side, 49ers fans, what are you doing? Look at the recent history of teams that have put their shirts. Like, it happened to the Astros in the World Series, the Giants. Just ask Skull Nation. what happened. But I mean, I guess that's what happens when neither team is really giving you any fodder for news, and this is the big news: is hey, we put a jersey on Rocky, but eh, whatever. Before we get into today's this day, I want to wish my cousin John a happy birthday, 37th day. Happy birthday, brother. Pretty sure he's a regular listener, so enjoy your day. Be safe out there tonight. But this day in Philly sports history, January 28th, 1958, we are going to go back to the NFL draft. So the way they used to do it, the first 4 rounds were back before Christmas. And then on this day, they had rounds 5 through 30. So it sounds like a lot, 30 rounds in a draft, but keep in mind there was only 12 teams. So pick-wise, it's pretty consistent with what happens today. The Eagles were 4-8 the year before for 5th place in the East Division. So that was good enough. They had the sixth pick in the draft, so not too bad. They went through, did their thing. And of the 30 rounds they drafted that year, probably the most famous out of there was their 21st round pick and number 244 overall. And I say famous because he never played in a regular season game for the Eagles. They drafted him before his senior season, which I thought was weird. And I don't know. I don't understand the NFL draft rules back then. But he was a left tackle out of Cal Poly. And he ended up going back to play his senior year at Cal Poly. The Eagles had his draft rights, though. He ended up getting hurt. 4 games left in that season. I forget. I think it was a leg injury. I don't think it was a knee. I think it was a leg. But he ended up playing in the All-American Bowl then, January the following year. Really, really impressed everybody. So coming in the Eagles camp, like there was a lot of hype around this guy. Like, all right, this guy's going to be good. Unfortunately, he hurt his knee during a scrimmage early on in training camp and never got to play in an NFL game for anybody, or let alone the Eagles, which is very disappointing because, like I said, that hype of this guy coming in was very, very real. However, at the end of the day, this guy passed away in 2021, but he was a Hall of Fame and Super Bowl winning coach, one of the all-time best and slightly annoying, but one of my favorite color commentators of all time. He was responsible for one of the most popular and probably best-selling video game franchises of all time. Definitely sports franchises. Definitely iconic. And when I tell you this guy's name, you're going to be like, holy shit, that guy? But yes, on this day, back in 1958, the Eagles drafted a left tackle out of Cal Poly by the name of John Madden. Not sure how many of you knew that John Madden not only never played in the NFL, but was drafted by the Philadelphia Eagles. So there you have it. This day, back in 1958, the Eagles drafted a young John Madden in the 21st round of the 1958 draft. Unfortunately, he got hurt and never played, but I think he managed to do okay. I was looking at some of his, I know this is a Philly-based podcast, but as a coach, man, this dude, like every year, with the exception of like 3 of his 10 years as a coach or 9 years as a coach, he was in the AFC Championship game. Could never really get over the hump, with the exception of the one time he won the Super Bowl. But like I said, I guess that that's a hard combo to say. Cal Poly education really helped him and honed him into a coach, which, as he went into the announce booth, he was able to use all of that and really kind of give some insight that wasn't really done before with your color commentators. So, but yes, he would have played for the Eagles, and it's a shame because he had a lot of hype coming out of that All-American Bowl game just because of how he played against the other top college guys at the time. I think that draft went okay for the Eagles as they won the championship 2 years later, but on this day, they drafted John Madden in the 1958 NFL draft. So, go Owls. Go enjoy your Saturday. I'm going to try to figure out how to get through this and keep my excitement under wraps. But enjoy your Saturday. And until next time, I'll see you when I see you.